So we've got some more big news, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the Springboks squad. Lukhanyo Am has been named as the injury replacement for Makazole Mapimpi, which now means that the Springboks, with Andre Pollard returning after Malcolm Marx's injury, have got two of their key players from the 2019 Rugby World Cup now taking part in the 2023 one. So in this video, we'll be looking through at what happened to Makazole Mapimpi, why it is Lukhanyo Am that they have decided to bring in, and what it means for the Springboks now that their centres are getting that little bit more stacked. But first of all, Makazole Mapimpi, the reason he was taken out of the side is due to an injury. He did have a head clash with Augustine Pulu in the Tongan game, which did result in Makazole Mapimpi making his way off the field for an HIA. He wasn't able to pass that, and it was later found out that he had a facial injury, which was more serious than first anticipated, and it means that he is out for this whole Rugby World Cup campaign, which is a massive shame for Mapimpi. He managed to get himself a hat-trick in the game up against the Romanians, but because of that injury, they did need to find a new replacement, and in this case, they did go with Lukhanyo Am. Now, last time that they did have an injury, they went with a back replacing a forward. In this case, a back replacing a back. Lukhanyo Am, he's been out injured. It is a massive shame that he did miss the start of the World Cup, but now that he's been added back into the Springboks side, it adds more question marks of what they will do with their midfield combo. Currently, they have got a couple players doing extremely well at outside centre, whether that is Jesse Creel or Kanan Moody. Adding Lukhanyo Am on top of that right before the playoff games, you wonder whether or not he will get himself any game time. But just being able to have a player like Lukhanyo Am in this World Cup squad should be able to boost some of those young players, perhaps a little bit of a mentor for Kanan Moody as he makes his way through his first Rugby World Cup campaign. And to be honest, it won't be the last for Kanan Moody with the way that he has been improving, but it is exciting news. Springbok supporters, I'm sure, will be happy to see that familiar face of Lukhanyo Am, but maybe one of the upcoming fixtures for the Springboks. I should mention currently they have not confirmed their spot in the quarterfinals. There is a small percentage chance that the Boks would miss out, but that is if the result in the Scotland-Ireland game goes exactly as they need it to, which I believe involves either Scotland winning that game by more than 21 points or a few of the other scenarios where the Irish don't receive too many bonus points. But that game for the Springboks, if they do make it through, will be more than likely up against France. Andre Pollard, we saw the impact he was able to bring into that Springboks starting lineup since returning. Managed to get 100% of his kicking in the last contest up against Tonga, so it just boosts up the Springboks team that little bit more. It's a big shame for Makazole Mapimpi, and at probably the worst time in the Rugby World Cup for it to happen just before reaching those playoff stages. But I do thank you all very much for tuning into this very short Springboks squad update. Like I said, Lukhanyo Am, he is back. His match fitness, we will have to wait and see how that goes, but he will be an exciting player to go back in to the Springboks squad. But do let me know what you think of this change, and also where you think Lukhanyo Am will slot him. Will he be playing outside centre straight away? Could he be coming off the bench in one of those other matches and maybe the quarterfinal for the Boks? Or instead, do they decide to leave him out, have him more as an experienced player to help some of the younger ones? Also out on that left wing, I believe Cheslin Colby's the front runner for that jersey going into the playoff games. Whether or not that changes, we will also have to wait and see. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you all for the next one.